I'm gonna tell you, I've been working in my room for about 2 days straight, and I'm gonna tell you exactly what is on my side counter right now. You ready? It is an empty bowl of broccoli, rice, and cheese, and don't worry, it's crusty. 2, you got a bowl of some Korean dakgolbi, which is like chicken and
yes.
Yeah, amazing.
Also
and
crusty.
Yes, also crusty. A bowl of Honey Nut Cheerios, empty. Mm-hmm. And then 2 cups of coffee, 2 separate mugs of coffee. Yeah. So I'm on top of things here in the Millett in the Dakota lab. We're adults.
I mean,
I'm only in my late 20s.
You just told me, Dakota, a naturally gifted diet, and that's totally fine. You know, I feel like that's a balanced day of eating.
You got broccoli.
Listen, and were you sitting in one place? Yeah, maybe. But you're still burning that energy, whizzing through your brain, carbs, trying to surf through the internet and stuff.
It is balanced.
Yeah, I got one of those ball seats. It's like a yoga ball. And you just
you're bouncing
the whole time. You know what I'm talking about?
I do. I actually do.
I don't. It's a strepity. It's nothing. It's my mom. I stole it from my mom's house.
Oh.
I do too. It's fine. It's not a great situation, but I'm making it the best that I possibly can. Cool. And we're gonna go live here right now. Hang on.
It's gonna be great. How are y'all? How was your day?
Oh, it's gonna be great.
I heard you had a working day.
I did. I worked on set today. So
in St. Anne?
I'm sorry?
In San Antonio?
No. In it's called it's past Bertram, Texas. And I literally was just there and I don't even remember. Burnett.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. I was there in Burnett and it was really, really fucking windy. Like I was Burnett? Almost carried by the wind.
Yeah.
Not really crazy. Much. Not gonna lie. All right. I think. Do you see it, Christine?
Yes.
Are we doing this now?
Yeah, we're doing it.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, I tried tagging you, Dakota, but I don't know if it worked. So you can see it through Get Reelisms page.
On the Facebook?
On the Facebooks.
On the Facebook.
Okay, let's see.
What the cool kids do these days. Well, no, actually, they do.
That's not what they do.
They do TikTok now.
Yeah, I don't get it. Yeah, like Carly and Nikki do TikTok. They're always like, "We got the song from TikTok." I'm like, "What?"
All right.
Do you see it?
I don't see it.
Don't? Okay. Then it'll be on the Get Reelisms.
I don't need to see it. I don't need to see it. I'm living it. I don't need to watch it.
Without further ado, are you guys ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, episode 72 of Get Reelisms podcast. 72 episodes. And we got a special guest. My name is Adam Chase Rani.
And my name is Christine Chen.
And my name is Dakota Millett. Sorry. Did I interrupt you?
That guy.
No,
you didn't know him.
That was perfect. That was absolutely perfect. Thank you, Dakota. Thank you for joining us.
I did not just spend 2 months with him.
Yeah, we didn't spend 2 months in a warehouse together.
You guys spent 2 months together?
Much.
Yeah, pretty much.
A month and a half.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt you guys, but I have to rip on Christine.
Oh, great.
Because this is the time where I have to do it. It's going to be 90 seconds and it's okay. Because ladies and gentlemen, I'm not an angry guy. I'm not naturally an angry guy.
Uh-oh.
It takes a lot for me to just get from 0 to 60. Now, it has been a while since I went from 0 to 60.
Mm-hmm.
Just, I would say 13 minutes before y'all showed up, I went from 0 to 90.
Oh, wow.
I went from 0 to 90. And here's why. Because not only Christine made fun of me, which was absolutely rude. It was boisterous, and it was flabbergasting to me. Your friend, your mentee. You brought me into this world, and then you make me suffer. And that's no good, Christine, because you had to point out that we should go live on Instagram. And I understood that we were going to go live on Instagram. Now we don't understand how to get the trio going on in the Instagrams. We didn't quite get that, but we did. We got there. However, in the process of that, this is where things get spicy. Okay. Christine then told me that, are you a stoner? Because you got to understand that we got to go live on Instagram first, because we can't figure this out until we go live on Facebook. But she didn't say that. She said not until Facebook. So I'm thinking that we're not going to go live on Facebook, but we are still going live on Facebook. So really, Christine just confused me. It was just an error in communication. That's all it was. But then Christine had to pull the S card. The S card, ladies and gentlemen.
What's the S card, Adam?
That was 100% rude. And you want to know something? I still love you, Christine. I still love you no matter what.
Adam?
You already know what this. You already know what the S card is.
Know what the S card is.
All right, the S card is stoner, ladies and gentlemen. And I don't
know if we're allowed to say that.
I don't understand why she says that, because I don't even know what that even means. I truly don't. Now, we have a guest, so don't be rude, Christine.
That was great. It sounded like you had that bullet in the chamber. Like, it sounded like you've had that for a while, ready to just blast off whenever the opportunity presents itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was ready to blast off for like 12 minutes.
Please say at least like 2-digit years.
I'm waiting for the moment, and that was the moment.
I'm glad that I could be the straw that broke the camel's back and just ended this friendship.
And then last episode. I'm kidding.
Last episode, surprise. But
no, I love Christine. I absolutely love her. My judgment never ever changes because I love you so much. You're my family. But I get a little heated. It gets a little spicy when you poke a fun at your boy.
Your boy.
That's hard.
It gets real hard, because then I'm like, I don't want to roast her right now because I'm a good guy. But you left me no choice, Christine. You backed me into a corner like a wild animal. I didn't know what else to do. I was scared.
Yeah, but like you were going on. The way you were going on was like, oh, I remember this feeling when I was on the S card. When you're like, explain it to me for the 20th time.
Because it didn't make any sense. It literally, it verbally didn't make any sense.
This is better than talking about movies. Like this is
we're just arguing about what we said before the podcast.
Before the podcast, that only everybody us three are going to get.
I hate to break it to you, ladies and gentlemen. I just made all that up. No, but we have a guest, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so sorry, Dakota. We took a mighty tangent. Okay, but we're back in the swing of things. Movies. Y'all lived together for 2 months.
Yeah, well, a month and a half.
Month and a half, rounded up. But we did. We did a rom-com earlier. Oh, no, late last year.
It ended like December 13th. So it's pretty fresh.
Yeah, it was a hell of a time. It was a rom-com called Match Me If You Can. I was the prop master on that endeavor, and Christine was our wonderful AD, and it was a good time. Yeah, we were in a warehouse. The joke was that we were in a warehouse forever. We were in the warehouse for like a week and a half, and then we shot.
No, it was 2 weeks, wasn't it? 2 weeks?
Was it? I don't even. Time bled together. Yeah. I don't even remember.
It all bled.
I don't remember, but it was a weird experience because like most of the crew felt like they were in a fishbowl because it was like the set, and then Video Village was like slightly further away, and it was constantly feeling like you were playing telephone.
It was like that. Yeah. But like, yeah.
And then I would be like, okay, are we moving on? Crickets. And then it'd be like, Nikki would be like, so Marion wants this and this and this. And I'd be like, what?
Yeah. It was a thing.
And then I would repeat like a not so good version because I couldn't quite hear to so-and-so. And then we'd be like, it was this like hotel, like we were in a fishbowl on set and everybody was watching us from a different location. And like nobody in that fishbowl knew what was going on in the outside world, basically.
Yeah. It was good that we had a lot of sets that looked like living rooms that we would just like poke through like the fake windows, like a neighbor talking to a neighbor. And say what was going on, and then like close the curtains back in.
It's like you're on a sitcom. You're just like waving at each other.
Very, very sitcom-y. It was a good time of getting to get to figure all that out. It really only happened, not only happened, but like it happened the most on the warehouse set where we shot.
Yeah, everything else was fine, and we figured out. Oh, let's just put Video Village. Let's just put one monitor on set, and then it solved all the problems. Yeah. But the telephone was really intense because like within that warehouse there was also cross wires of probably like frequencies and stuff. So like sometimes we couldn't hear stuff and sometimes we hear something, and then like certain people's voices. I've been told my voice is difficult to understand over the walkie.
I thought you were gonna end it at like my voice is difficult. And like I thought I'd be like, it's to hear? Like no. I thought you were gonna say something really mean about yourself.
But like different registers like are hard for certain people to hear, you know?
Right.
So it's just constant like communication. That's the name of the game today. Communication, miscommunications. Yes. So
it was a good time. Yeah, we were on that from what I started working like October.
Yeah, I was
16.
I was already working and you're talking about it around.
Yeah, I was big. Yeah, they had talked to me back in like I think either the beginning of October or late September is when they started talking to me. I think our PD Wes, I think he asked me about it like actually back in like May. Was like, hey, this is a thing that's happening later on. So it was, but then it didn't get brought up again until right around the corner. But about a little over a month and a half. But
it was fun. It was a good time. We've converted many people from LA to want to move to Austin, unfortunately.
Yeah. Sorry to the Austin family.
Okay. I left, so there's one person that can go
you
over.
swapped. Yeah, you swapped. Yeah.
Ramona has already called.
It's not your guys' fault that Austin rules. So, you know.
So it was
But the funny thing is like I'm here and people are like, I'm so sick of LA. I'm moving to Austin. I'm like, gosh darn it, I just got here.
Why?
No, it's just, it's weird. How that I constantly am hearing people just kind of tag team wrestle their way in and out of Austin into LA. Like, people from LA will come and then the other way around. I'm hearing it. I just had a friend.
It's like a filtering of LA and Austin.
That's true.
I just had two friends. My sister just went to a party tonight that was a goodbye party for a film friend of hers that is going to LA as well. But then, literally tonight it happened. It's happening constantly.
I feel like anything post-COVID, in terms of complacency has its benefits.
Complacency has its benefits.
Yeah, listen, it does. It absolutely does. But that's the thing, though. After COVID, it feels weird. Every single one of my friends from California moved from different states, not Texas, but just different states in general. It felt I guess a calling card to so many people. I've been here for way too fucking long. I got to get out of here. I gotta fucking beat it, dude. Which I mean, to their credit, I'm sure a change of scenery is absolutely healthy. You probably should do it and grow within your life. Absolutely. But the mass exodus that post Joe Rogan move was just it just felt like a tidal wave that just came by.
Yeah, absolutely, it did.
Johnny,
it was weird.
Thank you, Johnny. I think Dakota and Adam are both very hot.
Wait, someone said we were hot?
Fans.
We have fans? Wait, I'm not
Look,
getting that.
Johnny thinks you're hot.
I don't know who, but
Is that Johnny Gart?
Yeah.
Oh, Gartman? Well, Gartman's hotter than I am. That's a very
that's
a very humble thing.
Hair. Mm-hmm.
That's a very humble thing. Oh yeah, I do have a it's gross right now, but it's all tucked away.
We've done a comparison on set with the leaf blower, and I
forgot about that. Yeah,
Dakota
we did do that
all the way.
Yeah, I do win all the way. But, yeah. That's a nice thing to say that we're hot.
I actually, that reminds me, Dakota is so freaking hot. Looks like me.
Your friends are trolling you.
Yeah, your friends are super trolly. That's rad. I love it. But no, but there was actually, what'd you say, Chrissy?
That's what Dakota is doing right now, is producing.
Producing what? Oh, my movie.
Jesus, what a fucking segue.
Come on, guys, keep up with me.
Came from fucking nowhere.
Yeah. Let me pull the S card again.
You pull the S card again? Hey, he's got his thing.
I'm gonna leave. And then Dakota's gonna be the new co-host. I'm sorry, go ahead, Dakota.
I won't. I can never do what you do.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, I am producing. I'm producing and directing something coming up in the next
and directing?
And directing and acting.
Hey, no, that's awesome. That's rad.
Well, no, it's super fun. I'm excited about it. Because it was like things kind of came together, and I had a talk with my other producer and my production designer, and this kind of came down to, I'm like, should I recast myself? Because what we did. It's called Up on the Housetop. It's a Christmas horror comedy short film that we were going to eventually turn into a feature down the road.
How many days?
How many of shooting? We're gonna look at probably maybe like a week and a half of shooting, something like that. The numbers aren't stone right now, but it kind of just came to be of with the character that we had written for, his name is Todd. We did this concept trailer back in 2020 for fun, because we wanted to make a Christmas card, or I wanted to make a Christmas card with my family, but I couldn't see them in 2020. But I had just wrapped on, not wrapped, we were done for the year on this other horror movie that's me and this other set of actors had worked on, called Butcher's Bluff. And we were driving back from set, all the four, or some of the leads, and I was telling them about this, and me and my co-director named Michael Fisher kind of told this idea to our other actresses, named Samantha Holland and Kayla Anderson. We were like, yeah, we kind of want to do this Christmas slasher thing. It's called Up on the Housetop. It's like a Christmas horror movie, and it's about four siblings come back together and they accidentally shoot Santa in a home invasion, and they and they make his reindeer really mad. I don't know if I could say pissed off his reindeer. What's my vocabulary meter?
There's some consequences.
Oh no, you can say fuck and all sorts of stuff.
Oh yeah, no, you can say whatever. You just got to watch your fucking mouth. That's all.
Cool, got it. Okay, cool. Yeah. We shoot Santa and we piss off his reindeer, and then it's a night of survival against Santa's 9 killer reindeer.
I love it. I love it.
But anyway, we did it, and we're like, you want to just go to the house and shoot it this weekend for fun? And we just spent 2 weekends in a row. It was we just borrowed our buddy Gabriel's. He shot it. Our buddy Gabriel came over and used his Sony A7, and we just got clever and turned all the lights off. And we're like,
here's your DP. Yeah.
Here's our
just
DP.
hire DP. Yeah.
Yeah. Just and we shot it, and it was just a thing we made. It was kind of a joke. And then we went to go promote the Butcher's Bluff movie at a horror con in Houston. Mm-hmm. And while we were there, we met some producers from all around the horror community and the horror culture world. And we were like, look at our dumb Christmas thing we made. And they all were like, make that into a movie. My screen's fell. We're make it into a movie. And it kind of kept on happening. And eventually we got to the end of the weekend at the con, and we met the guy who won best in show for his horror
Yeah.
I forget if it was a short or whatever. It was called The Relic. And we met up with him, and but his thing was like all about snow as well. And so we were like, look at our thing, isn't it funny? And he was the final person nail in the coffin that was like, make that movie. And so it kind of came to be me and my co-director Michael were like, so we're gonna do this then. It started off as a joke, and now it's slowly turned into a full-blown production. Cool. That's slowly kind of come to be. We're well into it now. We're shooting for like a springtime shoot day. We aren't sure exactly when that's going to happen, like the exact dates, but we know it's going to be spring-ish time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So far, what's been the hardest process?
The hardest process is getting people to it's not sell them on the idea, but like sell them on the money of the idea.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Raising funds has been the thing. I'm sure as anybody who works in film would know, getting funds is always the hard. It's the worst part.
It's literally the worst.
We have like 6 episodes just on that alone.
Oh yeah. I'm sure it's just the worst. It's just an absolute. Yeah. You're just like, I think it's fun. Please also think it's fun. But it's been a matter of like us calling investors and getting people interested. We've got a ton of people who have been more than generous and more than kind to us for this production. We have a guy who his name is Richard. He let us use his. He randomly I forget what it was for, but he had. Not randomly what it was for. He did a short film, and it involved a big puppet deer.
Oh. And
we just randomly happened to know our production designer. Actually, it's Phil. Phil's our production designer, Christine.
Oh, okay.
He was like, I'm going to call him. And then he gave us his number, and we Zoom called him, and he was like, yeah, I have a full animatronic deer. And we told him he's a big horror guy, and he just goes, oh, I'm in. And so he just kind of hopped on, and he's just letting us use his like full deer. And it's
that's awesome.
Eyes and ears and mouth, it looks like a deer. Mm-hmm. We're gonna have to soup it up a little bit, make it look like a reindeer or elk, because it's a white-tailed deer. But I mean, right. I mean, it won't be hard to do that. But it's like it was just crazy how that lined up, and then like randomly, like at the same time, I had my mom and some of her friends all were like, we are getting rid of all of our Christmas junk and like starting fresh on new ornaments and new decorations. Mm-hmm. And they all were just like, take all of it. And so we got like a lot of stuff there, and like stuff like that just kept happening where people were just being nice and were like, oh yeah, like we'll do it. And so it's been great because a lot of assets have come in to help the production happen, but it has been after a while, it has turned into, okay, assets can take you this far. I do need to pay crew, and I do need to give the studio money.
Right.
So yeah, that's we've now hit that part where we are like, yeah, it's in the cold hard cash part, which is just an absolute delight. There's no problems with it at all.
No. Yeah. Not soul crushing whatsoever.
Not soul crushing whatsoever.
It is so soul crushing.
It's so soul crushing.
But there's no way around it. Like that's money makes the world go round.
Yeah, it's. But I've come to find that like if you are able to hit that vein of human to human, money sucks a lot. Mm-hmm. When you like can get there, even if it's with someone who has a ton of money, it always kind of tends to be like you can somehow, maybe it's not, they won't give you, they won't fund the whole thing, but there is a time where you can hit the vein of human to human. We both know this isn't going to be easy to do. And there's a weird sense of, I don't know what the word is, like what to use, I guess camaraderie.
Camaraderie,
in the grand scheme of money and like
going into indie war.
Yeah.
Indie war. It feels like that. Yeah.
Like the last investor I talked to, he's an old friend of mine. And I just kind of talked to him. I've done pitches to other people. But this was an old high school friend of mine who has helped me out. He's he's hopping on board to help out. And I basically at one point just kind of stopped it and went, hey, listen, man, me to you, friend of friend, I need this much money from you.
Yeah.
And after a while,
me a check.
Yeah. After a while, it was like, I respect the honesty of that, and I hear you. So let's get this done. And so we helped out. He coughed up quite a bit, and I'm very, very grateful to him for it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
this is your first time raising money, yeah?
Well, I've kind of been on part of the big. One of the head people raising the money. Yeah. I've been on productions before where it's been the main production team is we're raising money. If you happen to know somebody, throw it our way. And, when I was starting out, I was working on other friends' short films, and they were like, yeah, if you happen to know a rich fella or a rich lady.
Yeah. You're squared.
Yeah, you're squared. And that was my
up until the point where you have to have the talk with them. And then you're just like, hey, so I got this piece of art that you're gonna love. Trust me.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, I've always been the person for a while that I was, like I said, I was like, hey, my friend is raising money. And I've been like, let's do that. This is the first time where it's purely been I have to, it also doesn't help that I could blah, 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 blah. Whatever it comes down to is who's going to be in it, how cool is going to be, who's directing it. And it's it's weird to answer me. Again. So it's a little odd. I know there's a lot of horror fundraisers are, a lot of the things they love is props and signed stuff. And so it's a little weird. I mean, I feel a little bit like an imposter doing it, but you guys kind of have to get over it. But when it comes down to it, is we haven't decided exactly what our perks are going to be for our thing. But when it comes, I can't sell you're going to get a signed copy of the one of the slates signed by the cast,
right? Yeah,
which is it's a weird thing to sell, but you get a signed thing from me. Isn't that cool? That's where it's a little weird. Yeah, to my friend
for 15 years now, but you totally want this piece of.
Oh yeah, so it's a little weird. But it's been going along steadily. We've been doing it, and I've learned a lot from doing it for this end. Got a whole. I've always known it's not a secret that getting a movie made is a total
shit show,
pain in the ass.
Yeah. I want to make a bold statement. I feel like every single crew member
statement
at least one time in their life raise money for something. I think it would make sets so much more enjoyable for everyone because the complaining would decrease significantly.
Oh yeah, if they knew.
Absolutely.
If they knew what it takes to get a movie made from a monetary standpoint, the amount of bullshit that I have to deal with complaining amongst crew would decrease.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm talking about this. You just did Erzuli. I mean, just did.
Yeah.
But your fundraising for that, I can only imagine.
Exactly. It's hard.
For the full feature. And you and me are in the same vein of you can sometimes sell what's it about? Well, it's about family and a triumphant thing about in a modern place, and it's real. Me and you, I've got killer reindeer. You've got a killer mermaid.
Killer mermaid. Yeah.
Killer mermaid.
That's right. So shit.
So it's it's a weird thing to convince people who aren't into it.
Yeah.
Or really, or not even into horror, who don't understand film. To value it. The value
of a killer reindeer.
The value of a killer mermaid.
Value of a killer mermaid. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you've been on my brain a lot, Christine, while I've been doing this, because I was like, really, it's a killer reindeer. And I go, why didn't Christine and I pick
killer things?
Killer mystical creatures. Why did we both do this?
Because they rule, dude. I love those stories.
You know? Yeah, that's been the main thing. As I kept on hearing, was one of the biggest responses has been when I've shown the concept trailer, which is on YouTube if anyone wants to watch it.
Which is a fantastic trailer, everybody. I love it.
We need to do a follow-up interview when you've actually done it because I want to know
post-production. You mean like after?
Yeah, when you
the short
shot the thing, because I want to know if you would produce and direct again. I mean,
for a feature.
For a feature, because I produce and direct everything that I've done. And after Ursley, I was like, no more.
Well, this is, well, actually, that's something I've been thinking about a lot is I would love to do, because I've only ever directed like small passion shorts and like music videos.
Yeah.
I've never gotten to do a feature before. And this is kind of one that
it's a good test.
It's a good test, and it's easy. And I would like to think that I am at a spot where I would be able to direct a feature. I want to direct a feature. That's the plan for this one. Eventually.
Sorry, I'm going to interrupt you. Somebody asked, jumped in late, is the topic raising funds for films? It's that. It's producing. It's wearing multiple hats for a film. Mm-hmm. So Dakota here is raising funds for his short film that he hopes to do as a feature about a killer reindeer.
All 9 killer reindeer.
9 killer reindeer.
9, the whole set.
We empathize with each other because I made a film about killer mermaid, and it's very hard to raise money about things that kill things. Yeah.
It's funny you say that. Yeah. Wait, you're going to say something?
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was also say that's one of the main things too, is you can usually you can depend a lot on like horror people to back you up and support it. Whether that's sharing the thing, getting word to ear, mouth to ear. What's the word to
word of mouth?
Yes. Sorry.
No, it's okay. I forgot it too for a second.
Yeah. You can depend on that, but it does come to the point where even if it is reindeer and mystical and it's fantastic, like whatever, it's when it's killer. That's the part when it's just like a kind of a horror blood thing. It's hard for people to fund that. So you have to get really creative in how you approach that. How you
spin it?
Spin it and kind of
how have you spun it? Give me a pitch.
Repackage it. Okay.
Because you have to be like a used car salesman about it in a way.
Oh, like, absolutely.
You really
actually,
have
it's funny you say used car salesman.
Bear your soul on it.
It has to do a lot with like if you're a used car salesman, you're talking about like this can get your family around, and so that's how we pitched ours. We have kind of talked to people and gone. We don't lie.
Watch this.
Well, no. We don't say it's a family film. The cool parents out there can.
That's right. Supervise your children.
But we said that the film is like we didn't lie. It's a horror film. There's blood and yada yada. But we've said this is a story about a broken family of siblings coming back together and putting aside their differences to fight a common evil. And then I go ... the common evil being killer reindeer. But yeah, we've like this kind of, which is what it is. We absolutely did intend for that. It will be much fleshed out more in the feature, but we did absolutely base it off of the cornerstones of family. Me and Michael both have siblings. We both wanted to kill our siblings. Yes. Just use them as a shield.
100%.
Hundo P. But we have, we both said how we haven't seen enough sibling-focused films ever.
Okay.
I think the last only few I can ever think of is like Frozen and like Onward, where it's simply just 2 sisters and 2 brothers.
I just had this conversation with.
Did you really?
With my buddies like this morning. It's so weird. Yeah.
Really?
Because there's there's not enough like siblings. I mean, like how many fucking buddy cop movies are there? How many like buddy films there are and like road trip films and shit like that? You know what I mean? Like I can name a dozen, but like when it comes to siblings, like
siblings.
How do you how do you approach writing that? Like you take of course you have to take experience of yourself, right? It has to play through,
sure,
because siblings, sometimes we just don't get along, and then sometimes we do, and we overcome those differences and then meet halfway with it, and understand that like you have your shit, I have mine, we have our boundaries, mine, and then you move on, but like never really told in a narrative, I mean, we've seen it, of course, like you said with Onward and Frozen, which are
Knives Out is siblings.
Knives Out is well, yeah, Knives Out is siblings. Yeah, it's a whole family. Of course, they all. Well,
okay,
one of the siblings
Match Me If You Can.
The worst. Match Me If You Can. Oh, I thought you said Catch Me. Oh, and Tom Hanks isn't really.
For a second, I thought you said that too. I'm like, oh, what?
No, Match Me If You Can siblings. The film that we just saw.
Yeah, it's got a couple of siblings in it. I just like the idea, like in Frozen. I'm using Frozen like there are in other like really good.
Listen, Frozen is a fantastic piece of cinema, and if somebody wants to argue with me, if somebody wants to argue with me,
meet me on the blacktop.
Meet me on the blacktop, dude. Let's go.
You want to dance on the blacktop, homie? Let's go. Yeah, no, I mean, because like I love the idea. I have an older brother and I have two younger sisters, and I've always most of the characters that we wrote, most of them, there's only 4. A lot of them, a lot of the characteristics about those characters are based off of my siblings and Michael's. It's a mix, but I put in a lot of heavy stuff of that for my siblings, and it absolutely is. I love in Frozen really just the idea of you think that it's going to be the power of love from the hunk guy who ended to be evil, but it is just like a powerful love that comes from your sister. Yeah, that was enough to break the spell, and I thought that was awesome. And then Onward did the same thing. And I just haven't seen anything, or not anything. I haven't seen enough of it where like the entire film is based off of that relationship. And so in ours, we really wanted to hone in on that. And the fact that they've been gone from each other for a while. And then they come back after the parents die tragically, like in a car accident or something before the movie starts. And that's what gets them all to come back. And then while they're there and they it happens to line up with Christmas, so they're like, let's just do Christmas together, and then they have a moment where it's like very Hallmarky contrasted with like
but it's perfect though, because it is about family and tradition, so that's like, and then with the antagonist, spoilers, it all kind of like comes together. It's awesome.
It absolutely is a moment of like, it's like we could have, you have your shit, I have mine, but at the end of the day, I've got your back and you got mine. And it's was something that we really, really wanted to hone in on, and it's something that we can't wait for the feature to really flesh out. We really tried to to put everything that we had in the feature as best as we could into the short, but there were just some things where like this has to wait for the feature.
Yes, that's like then it gets discombobulated. Like focus on anything. So my question then is, for this short, are you doing a particular scene from the feature, or?
Yes. Okay. Yes. Well, two. Okay. It's in the trailer as well.
Will you reshoot the scene when you do the feature? Or
yes, because yes, we will reshoot that for this feature because we have a lot more gimmicks that happen that happen in it that we wanted to do, and a lot more. There are some other surprises in it that we really wanted to add to the story. And also there was a budget when it comes to shooting Santa. It's a shooting Santa scene. That's what we're going to reshoot. We're going to have a bigger, it's that whole, we're going to do that whole scene. Yeah. We never shot the scene at all. Yeah. All we did when we shot the concept trailer is me and the co-director were like, okay, in this 2-minute span, these 0.1 seconds going to be this, and this is going to be this. And we literally just shot the scenes for the trailer. So but we like half shot the whole scene for us killing Santa. And we definitely were like, we need to flesh it out into the full scene we want it to be. And so we decided to reshoot it. And we have a plan, and it's going to be super, super fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the other scene is something that I don't want to talk about yet.
Okay.
That's totally fine.
Spoilers, right?
Spoilers.
Yes.
But yeah. That's
And you also act for the people who are watching don't know what's going on.
I act. Yes, I do.
And
I do act.
In the trailer, you also acted in it.
I do. Yeah, that came from a matter of like circumstance in that moment. I act on my own. I have an agent, and I act. I'm in Butcher's Bluff. I'm one of the main leads in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
But
did you direct yourself in Butcher's Block?
No, that was directed by William Instone. I auditioned for that.
Oh, I know Instone. Okay.
Yeah, William Instone. Yeah. And I auditioned for that a while back, and I actually have to do an ADR thing in my closet in the next few days.
Plenty of that.
Oh, it's gonna be super great. But I acted in that, but in this one, it kind of just turned into we threw the idea so quickly together that it was like, should we go and get somebody? But it just turned into like, I'll just do it. And that was because we were doing this joke trailer. And now that it kind of came to be, enough people were like, you four need to do it, who were in the joke concept trailer. So we kind of just bled over into being like, yeah, then we're all four going to do it again. Because everyone liked the four of us in the joke trailer. So we went, we're just going to do it.
So will you have like a creative director as well on set who can like watch you while you're doing it, or do you have to go back and watch every single take?
It's going to be a mix. I have, so me and the other director, Michael,
yes,
he's also acting in it. He's the other brother in the trailer.
Okay.
But we've done our best to, we're putting it together and like reworking our shot list so that we know when one person's in this scene
is acting
in a shot, the other person's behind the monitor. Right. And we're like, and we both have had enough meetings where we're talking to each other and knowing exactly what we want it to look like. And I was going to
say, you have to have that trust as well before you would go and just be like, all right, man, make sure it's good.
Yeah.
All right, I'll be here.
Yeah.
Acting.
We also are talking to like some DPs that we like and trust that we also can bring on and go almost a third person, be like,
oh, okay, cool.
Taking over that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've only AD'd one project in my life where somebody did both, and that was Thunder Road. With Jim Cummings, who directed and acted in it.
What did you think of that? Like, is watching that, him doing that?
He's amazing. But I think the biggest thing is like how well, because he wrote it, and stuff. So he's
doing exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah, he knew everything, ins and out and everything. And he had somebody on set that was kind of like a creative director who he was like a trusted friend who knew his work and knew what he wanted enough to watch the monitor and be like, hey, you should do that again. Mm-hmm. Or like, wow. That type of thing. So that's why I was curious how you were going to handle that portion of that, because he definitely did not rewatch every single take back.
That takes too much time.
That takes too much time.
Yeah. I've seen it happen. I did it once I've seen it happen once. I was a production designer on a movie called High in Massachusetts, and her name is Olivia Nash, wonderful person. She acted, directed, and produced it as well. And she, one of the most hardworking people I ever met. She worked herself to the bone, almost to like tears every day, because she was doing that back and forth and was like working so hard. And I was like, oh man, you need a creative director. You need someone else who you trust enough to be behind the camera to do this. And we all were trying to help her out. I mean, I'm not saying this to fault her at all. She did a great job. But I could just see that it took a toll on her.
Yeah, it's a mind fuck.
Total.
So that's total. The thing. Like, I am going to be interested in talking to you after the whole process, because for me with Ursley, why I was like, I don't want to do this again was because it was a 24/7 mind fuck the whole time.
Yeah. when I come back, aged 10 years.
Right.
Yeah, I think the hardest part is separating the emotional aspect of what it took to get to even earn the right to be where you are and earn the money to have that set, and then balancing that with the needs of the people on your team.
Yeah.
And to be able to separate it and look at it, everything objectively and not emotionally.
Yeah.
And that's extremely difficult to do because everything that very valid needs of your cast and crew can often come as feel like a personal attack because of how deeply connected you are to the process.
Absolutely. Yeah. I think that balance is something that takes a lot of practice and a lot of work.
Yeah.
Because every single time I've looked at the numbers for this thing and everything, I know we can do it. It is just one of those things where I'm not the biggest fan of having money given to me. I hope that doesn't sound like I hope that's not a turn off.
No, but it's a huge responsibility.
It's a massive responsibility, and it's just someone. It's someone else's.
It's not a turn off. That is.
I want to be respectful to the people that are investing in me, and I also want to redirect that to be able to take care of the people that are giving me their time and their work and their skills and their talents. I want to have that middle meet and be. Everyone's having a good time on set.
Yes,
Everyone's
and that's
happy.
a good characteristic to be able to have that because it's like, you know how hard it was for this person to earn whatever this money or to give it to you. You want it to be treated with respect, and for other people to get what they, for it to not be a waste of their time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm sure,
sure as hell aren't getting rich, you know?
Oh, yeah. I'm not getting rich on this one.
Yeah.
It's absolutely, it's a passion project that we developed, and we just went, this is something that I think would be really, I think a lot of people would have a lot of fun with this, and it's come to be that everyone has come to be like, I want to be a part of this, which is just so humbling. And so it makes me so grateful that they just really like, we want to help you make this, which is something that I also, because of you've just been on, I mean, both of you have been on enough crew work to know the like value of, if I guess when the crew wants to do it as well, all of them, it changes the entire dynamic of the entire shoot, even in post. It's just something great. So I don't want to,
because you're not alone. You have a whole team who's just as excited. With you. Yeah.
And that's something I also need to work on. I don't know if you two ever have this, is because I want them to have a good time and I don't want to waste their talents and I don't want to waste their time. I often will torture myself by doing way more work than is needed.
Oh yeah.
On my end.
I do this all the time. Yes.
Yeah. I remember I did it when I directed a music video for this band called Goons. It was called Hesitate. Do you know Zach Morrison, right?
Mm-hmm, I do.
Yes. Yeah. Adam, do you know Zach Morrison?
No, he sounds familiar though.
He's an amazing DP. And I remember we did like an X-Files thing, and I directed it, and I helped out with I directed it and I produced it, but I also just took it upon myself to be like the production designer / art director. But his significant other, Mackenzie, was my art director / production designer that I brought on. But because I didn't want to waste her time, I like built all the sets in my backyard and then got all the props my own and did everything in my own backyard, and then just brought it all there the day of. And then I was like, okay. And I had talked to her along the way and was like, this is what we're doing. But I didn't want to burden her.
Yeah.
Because I was just so like, I don't want you. Yeah. And then eventually I came to the day and I was about to blow up because I was just so stressed out. I like went up there and I wasn't behind the monitor. I was like drilling the set walls together. I mean, bringing in, And she had an art team. It was all fine. And then Zach Morrison pulled me to the side at one point and basically gave me like a verbal slap in the face and was like, get behind the monitor. Like, let people do their job. It's like, you're good. You're not like, they're here for you. We're here because of you. Like, be okay with that. And so eventually I was like, yeah, okay. And then I went behind the monitor and I did what I needed to do. And if it wasn't for Zach, we wouldn't have been able to make our time. And we did, and it came out great, and it got nominated 3 times. But it was because of someone coming up to me and being like, you're not wasting the crew people's job. They know what they're doing. They want to be here.
They signed up for this.
Yes, they signed up for this. And I always have to remind myself to let people help me.
Yeah.
All the time. So I'm sure both of you.
Hard.
It's hard.
It's way too hard because you have to put that feeling aside where you just feel like I'm just bothering them. They're going to hate me if I ask for help and I don't want to deal with it. So
syndrome.
Exactly.
Total imposter syndrome.
It 100% is, especially like working on a set that does require more responsibilities, but it also requires like equal amount of responsibility from everyone on set as well, because they're the ones who are working for you, or at least like working for the production, So it's really fucking hard to just like ask for help and delegate that way, especially like if you're used to that, like if you work in a different, industry, like, and you're used to delegating, it's completely different when you're in a film set, because the amount of people that are working there, you can't burden what's already there in their responsibilities, because you're already showing up with a lot, and a lot of these departments have to show up with, sometimes limited resources and not enough time. That's very, constant, especially in the independent film community, at least for here. It's very much just like impromptu. Let's get this move. We got to shoot tomorrow. And now we gotta get moving. So,
right.
I can only imagine though, like, because, well, for you, it's different because you have all those responsibilities, yet you're just like, I don't want to bother anybody, even though like I'm wearing all of the hats. I can't bother anyone. I have to do this all myself, and I'm going to suffer.
Yeah.
Because I feel that too.
Yeah.
That the hardest thing is, especially when it's a department that you know so well.
Oh yeah.
That too. That hurts even more.
Yeah. I think it's why I went and tried to put the sets together.
Yep.
Was because being a production designer and an art department person as a whole, it's just, it's where I'm most home there. I've done the most work there. And so I know exactly how to throw a set together. There's no anxiety there.
Yes. I think that is the hardest, is separating yourself from the department that you know the best. Cause like I'm on set and I'm never going to fuck with makeup because I don't know anything about makeup.
Yeah.
I'm never going to go F with sound because like I don't want to deal with that ever. But when it comes to ADing, man, it is
getting your paws in there.
Impossible.
Yeah, impossible
to separate myself from it. So
absolutely.
I can imagine you not being able to separate yourself from.
Yeah. I have a question for you. When you brought up imposter syndrome, I'm going to go back to fundraising real quick for a second.
Yes.
When it came to fundraising and the imposter syndrome of that, I had to talk to a lot of people, and they had to like convince me to do this. When it comes to the imposter syndrome of raising money online on, like, let's say, Seed and Spark or Kickstarter or whatever, in your movie, my killer reindeer thing is next to like little Timmy needs his legs. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Priority list.
Yes.
Oh man, dude.
Like, I'm always like, no, Timmy needs legs. Like, give Timmy his legs.
Give it to him, please.
Yeah.
The sheer guilt. Yeah.
Yeah, the guilt. But people are like, people need movies. Like, go. It's okay.
100%.
Yeah. So, did you have that same feeling during Erzuli?
Yeah, I think Yeah, for sure. And I think it was also knowing, like, I'm a business person too.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm extremely honest. And I probably was too honest. I think I very much understand how risky the money making aspect and success level of a film and all that jazz.
Yeah.
So for me, having to show like the numbers and like this hypothetical trend of like, oh, by year 2 we're going to break even, and then like if the perfect scenario happens, this percentage of people who love mermaids are going to go watch the film and you're going to make money.
The mermaid crowd.
Yeah.
The mermaid crowd, the astrology crowd has a Venn diagram.
I know. And that's the part that's like the major imposter syndrome, because it's all effing hypothetical, right?
Yeah.
And that's the part like you feel bad about, because you're like,
you have to go, you gotta just trust me.
Yeah. But then you have to think about it. Everything that people invest in is all hypothetical.
Yeah.
Right?
From stocks to
how
fucking...
is it that much different from like investing in an apartment complex? You know?
Yeah.
Like in the perfect scenario, it'll be rented out, you'll make all this money. Sure. Who says that apartment complex could burn down, or like it doesn't get finished, or it's everything, or nobody wants to live there, or so there's risk to everything. And I think just thinking about that, and just like you said, Timmy needs legs, but there's also people who movies are made and people want to do, so not assuming that people value everything the same, or like that yours is less value than something else, I think is like the biggest thing to get over.
Yeah. Going in there and looking at it being like, Timmy needs his legs. I go, but my film is, yes, it's a thing.
But my film needs money and people need to pay their bills.
Exactly. I mean, like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to hire a crew. I'm going to pay them.
I'm creating jobs.
Yeah. I'm creating work for them. Yeah. Which is how people convinced me and like talk me down from the ledge of that by saying, hey, people need movies. Like, don't feel that way. It's fine. I personally was able to get myself off the ledge by going, I'm giving people like
jobs and opportunities.
Yeah, job and opportunities. And like, yeah, I mean, I'm a little bit hesitant to say opportunity because I have so many people on this who are just so
already
good.
Yeah.
Who are just,
yet another imposter syndrome.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Another imposter syndrome. It's just people who are so nice and so good and who have done such good things that I've been like, you're going to help me make my reindeer movie? And they're like, yeah. And you're like, it's like when a hot girl talks to you at the bar. Or like a hot girl or a guy talks to you at the bar and you're like,
you're talking to me?
Me?
Of everyone here? Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, but that's it's something I felt. So I just was wondering if you had the same vein.
Totally.
Yeah, I hear you.
Totally. And for, I think a big thing for me too, I mean, luckily this was like from a string of films that I've done.
You've done a lot of shorts.
Yeah. So I brought that team with me. So I've gotten over the like, oh, this is a waste of their time feeling. Because I was like, well, if it was a waste of their time, they would have stopped at project 1.
Yeah, right, exactly.
That's a fair point. Yeah.
That's a fair point. Is when you've got your crew.
10 films later,
you would have abandoned me 15 films ago.
Yeah.
Or two, Yeah. So like.
That totally makes sense.
Yeah. So I luckily got over that aspect pretty like when you've done, so like it's like the OG crew and they've come, so it's
come along the way with you.
Yeah, come a long way. And like
I was listening to some behind the scenes. I got that Criterion Collection One Car Y set.
Oh, okay.
Dude, fuck yeah.
Do you grab it?
No, I don't, but I love One Car Y.
Yeah. On that thing and the behind the scenes, it's a lot of the crew interviews, and they all go, is shooting One Car Y movies insane? They go, yeah, like we shot In the Mood for Love over like 15 months, which is such like a simple, I won't say simple, it's not. Yeah, It's an inside, but like in the scheme of it takes place in an apartment building. There's an explosions. It's not like a lot of camera. Yeah. There's a lot of camera. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they've all gone like, I think the interviews have been like, why do you stay? And they go, it's our crew.
Yeah, it's our crew.
They've all been like, we know exactly what Wong or Wong Kar-wai wants. We know exactly how our lighting guy works. We know exactly how this work. Yeah, we all the synergy of them all doing that has gone since his first movie, and so it's good. There's
something extremely beautiful about that.
Oh yeah,
it's a crazy family reunion.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. And you just really know everybody's like quirks and things and what makes them tick and what you don't want to say and all these like and then this extreme appreciation and just being inspired, seeing what they did and what they're doing now is inspiring too.
Right.
You know? So like some of my OG crew, like we knew nothing on the first film. And then seeing now, like, or their bosses and like making it, and it's like, that is a beautiful feeling.
Yeah. No, it's growth. It's seeing with your own eyes A and B and the entire journey along the way is it really is something beautiful. Because
on your set, how are most of them OGs too?
Like my production designer is going to be Phil.
Phil, yes.
Phil and Jocelyn Ponder were my two. Do you know Jocelyn?
Yes.
Yeah.
I do.
Those two kind of mentored me. Jocelyn in the art department. Jocelyn.
I met Jocelyn on Thunder Road.
Yes, she did. Was she the art director?
She was not. I think she was one of the like art people, but I don't think she was art.
Yeah, I know she's one of the art people. But like those two, I'm glad I at least got to have one of them on this. Is that relationship between him and I is like he knows what like I think it's cool. I know like what he's capable of. And so there's a good thing of him offering what I know that I'll like to the point of me knowing how I say this. Yeah, he knows what to offer me while I know what I am able to ask of him.
Yes.
Right. Like if I can, I'm not afraid to go and shoot for the stars in a way.
Right.
And go, I mean, as soon as when you write anything, write big, scale down until
Right.
And then kind of do into it. And a lot of the time when I was trying to find that OG, that crew that I work well with, being afraid or being anxious to go and just be like, okay, we're going to go and build a wall. Someone's going to fly through it. Someone's going to, And then I was afraid to ask that initially. But now, with Phil, it's really nice because I get to.
You already know.
I know that he can do certain things with a certain amount of money with a certain amount of time. I just know how he works, and that's really, really great. And then, same goes for the rest of the crew that we got so far. His fiance Laura is helping me produce it, and she's just the absolute. She's kicking my ass in the best, like Gordon Ramsay way, which I love. I love that she is such a good friend to me while also being a producer, in that she's a lot of the time. I think what can get lost in translation is the discipline of like deadlines and stuff. We have no reason to give ourselves deadlines. We have no one we're answering to. We have no production office. We have no studio that's up our butts about getting this thing done. But Laura is treating it that way, which
you need to.
Yeah, you need to. And I can do it to an extent. Laura has done wonders.
Yeah.
Like and keeping me and Michael in check when it comes to like not slacking off and being like, you need to do this. This is what I'm telling you to do it by. And this is what we have that I can go and talk to these people.
That's it's like the whole, what is it, the decision complex. Like if you have too many choices, you're not going to make a decision, right? It's the same thing. Yeah. It's like if you have endless time, you're not going to end up doing it.
Yeah, I call it an IHOP menu complex. It's too many options.
Yeah,
too much time. Options. Too many options. Too much time.
Yeah.
Wait, mozzarella sticks.
Mozzarella sticks, pancakes. Wait,
and you can get a fish sandwich. Wait,
fish Swiss.
Wait,
with a mushroom Swiss with a pancake. Oh my god,
I like that. The IHOP complex.
IHOP complex is what I call it.
But then it is
awesome.
It is that you have to have that, and then the thing is that there's creativity that comes from desperation.
Oh, absolutely! Like forced creativity, I think is some of the most
beautiful stuff.
Beautiful, amazing. Like one of my favorite stories recently I've heard about that is the John Wick movies. Is the original one
creative? I didn't know that.
Well, sort of. The first one was made for I think they made it for like either I can't remember what it was. It was like I think it was like maybe 20 or 30 million. It's a lot of money.
Just a measly 20 to 30.
Yeah, but like in the grand scheme of like Hollywood, it's like not a whole lot.
Right.
Yeah.
But what I loved about that was they knew that going in, and they forced themselves to come up with good ideas to make John Wick great, and they did. Right. And then when the first one was a success, they went and started the next one, and they got offered a bigger budget, and they said no, because they wanted to keep themselves accountable and force themselves to be give themselves the same environment and atmosphere of the first one and what made the first one so great. And so I think they added like maybe a few, like maybe 5 million more, like nothing to like completely change the film. Right. And so force themselves to be clever. And then it happened again for the third one, I think.
Yeah.
And I just thought that was and all three of them were just great. Chef's kiss. Yeah. They're fantastic. And so I just love that. I love. Actually, a movie that I watched recently that did the same thing that ironically Ramona told me to watch was Coherence.
Coherence, I haven't heard of that.
I haven't seen that. No.
It is about a group of like 30-year-old friends. They come together for a dinner party while a comet happens to be flying over the wherever they're at, what part of America. They're in America. And and then weird things start to like occur the whole night. Mm-hmm. But the whole film takes place in like a cul-de-sac. And it all takes place in like a dining room, and like it's all like I don't want to say anything with it, but I watched it, and it's a very, very indie film.
Yeah,
and it was just done so well. The use of space, the use of actors. When I say that, if you watch the film, you know what I mean. Mm-hmm. The use of actors, the use of repetitiveness of same shots. Mm-hmm. It's like it's very, very clever in using its budget for something really good. Yeah. So yeah, I'm saying I agree.
Creativity under duress.
Under distress, it makes diamonds. Absolutely it does. Yeah. I'm a full
believer of that too. Because also, you know what it helps too? It makes you triple, double check whether this is the absolute minimum that you need to tell the story.
Yes.
You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely it does. But that's a good segue is how to tell the story when it comes to like, so you have done you're Erzuli, when it comes to a horror creature, getting that across and making it, I'm doing a horror comedy, so I can be a little bit more loose with it, but you're doing straight horror. When it comes to your camera work and your shot lists, how did you get around it? Because I know for mine, our deer is half a deer.
Yeah.
So that someone could slip into it and work it.
Right.
But it's half a deer. And we've gotten very clever with it, and like we are gonna make it work, and we know how we're gonna make it work. But we had to get very, very clever, and we had to shoot it like, or we know we're gonna shoot it like the movie Feast. Yeah. Well,
right.
Yeah. we're gonna do it not quite as chaotic, but like handheld,
that's crazy movie. Yeah,
big old depth field. We know what we're gonna like. We know what we're gonna do to make it work.
Right.
But in order to do that, it's certain angles, it's certain this, and yada yada yada. I'm curious.
It was a lot of that too, is being very clever with our angles because the thing is that it's without like wires and stuff like, and the fact that Layla, she did amazing, but she's not a trained mermaid. Like, somebody to swim for 13 hours.
But dude, did she glide through that water?
It doesn't make sense.
She's a professional.
So we had to do a lot of clever tricks. So like, the tail, for example, has a slit on the side, so she could stand most of the time, type thing. Or like, I really was inspired by Jaws. Jaws was a big thing, so the like, show less type thing.
Sure, yeah, let the imagination take the rest.
Yeah, was a huge aspect of it, and that came into play a lot in the action aspect. And you know what I learned the most with Ursley that I didn't expect was this is the first film that the sound design of it was huge. How much I was able to save in things that I was like tension. I didn't just like I needed more shots to create, but like just with the sound design of the score alone, like took something from like 5 to a 10. Like I think that's the part you'll have the most fun with.
Yeah, we absolutely. I'm really excited about it. I'm glad you said that because I mean, it's the way to do it. But I haven't gotten a chance to do it myself. When you're doing something like that, I'm assuming you use like high pitched siren mermaid.
Yeah. So there were different. There was a lot of sounds with. So one thing that I was talking to the sound designer was like, hey, when you're afraid, sounds are heightened or are. So I played a lot from the POV or perspective of that person who's going through the woods, how they might be feeling and how the sound how the sound would affect them. So like when our two villains are walking around the forest and they're freaked out, like bird sounds and like nature sounds are like a lot more extreme, because that's in their head.
Yeah, creating heightened atmosphere.
Yeah. So
I'm excited to use that for getting to play with the idea of using sound effects as a tool for narrative.
Yeah.
Like in the trailer, how it's when we did it when we shoot Santa, we don't go outside and see the deer. It's just we just had the actors look up at the ceiling, and it's just
indoors.
It's not like we didn't come up with the idea. It's sound design, but I just love the whole Jaws mindset of like let the imagination take themselves the rest of the way is a thing that I think a lot of people don't use enough.
Yes.
And why they keep on going, like we have to up the budget because we have to show.
It's like the Oh no, go ahead. Sorry.
No, that's it. That was it.
No, I was gonna say like it feels like I mean I don't know, Chris. Have you guys seen Evil Dead, the horror film Evil Dead?
I feel so bad. I should have seen all of it. I've seen it.
It's okay.
I've seen it through chunks.
Yeah. But basically like the foreshadowing is basically the same as like it is because it also took inspiration from Jaws as well.
Sure.
And just has that foreshadowing where it's just like this, basically like how the behind the scenes worked, which is nuts to me, was that they tied a camera to like a piece of branch. And this was back in the 80s, mind you. So they were working with like crazy looking like Panavision cameras, it looked like, and they strapped it to a log. And they had like 3 people basically carry it and like go up and down and move through the forest. So the POV looks like something moving through the forest.
Are you talking about that shot through the cabin, through the woods?
Exactly. That's what I'm exactly talking about. And also like in Evil Dead 2, they had it and you can see like if they use like a crane or like a dolly or something like that. Like you could definitely tell. But like in the first Evil Dead, what's crazy is that like it's so fucking shaky that you can barely understand. So like you see something going towards something. So you just already understand like, okay, there's evil coming towards evil. And the foreshadowing on that and the sound design on that is alarming. And I couldn't even imagine like how it was in the 80s, because like in the 80s, like, I don't know, like you had like slasher films, of course, but like, and they have probably crazy sound designs, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, all that stuff. But like Evil Dead was like a completely different thing. Like the Deadites are still like we don't know. It's just fucking evil from this book and that some idiot read from, and now we're all fucked. You know?
Oh yeah. Oh no, for sure. I know that we didn't want to explain like exactly like why the deer are like. I can't believe that.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah.
Why would the deer be mad? They're just animals. And I go, well, then the movie wouldn't happen. Like,
right. Exactly.
If they weren't pissed or yeah. And so I was like, no, I know the exact shot because we used that scene, that exact shot through the cabin, through the woods, up onto Ash.
Oh, that's awesome. I love that.
We use that as a big, we're like, okay, we know how we want to do a certain shot. We know exactly what we want to do because of that scene. So yeah, the other co-director, it's his favorite movie is Evil Dead. So
yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, which is why I feel so bad that I haven't seen it.
No, don't feel bad. Like there's so many movies Christine hasn't even seen. It's like, you know, but that's
what is it? You know, give me the worst one. What's the worst one, Christine?
Horror films.
I can't either. You know,
you can't stand horror films, Dakota?
Oh no,
okay.
Yeah, I thought I can't stand them. I mean, I'm watching them like blinds the entire time. This is me in a horror film.
I love
whole movie.
I love the tension. I love it. I need like this shit to be racked up, dude. It's like it's cocaine to me. It's a thrill.
But making them though.
Oh, a blast.
Making it
fun.
That is awesome too.
Oh
That's great.
What's funny on Butcher's Bluff was when I was acting it, when I wasn't in scenes and I was just on set, they found out that I was a production designer and they were like, oh, are you? And so a lot of times they'd be like, do you mind? Would you? I was like, yeah, I'll do it. I just would go over and I was just like, all right, I'm like, give me the smoke machine, go and put this in here. Like, give me this. And I just like, like, I remember we were doing a certain scene with smoke and they were like, we can't get it in the spot. Like, it's like the wind's taking it. Like, what are we going to do? And I was like, and I got some bounce boards and I was like,
you can never get away from it. You just can't.
Yeah. And so I was like, it's just like, rather than having them like, because we weren't going to do it, we like weren't going to make a certain time and we would have had to push the shots the next day. So it's like,
work. Whatever.
Yeah. And we made it work and it was great. I say it like I'm annoyed with them. It was a great shoot, but, yeah, it's just, making horror films is great. I'm like you though, Christine, with it. Like I went and watched The Descent for the first time.
Yeah.
And it was really, really good. But I was like
terrified.
I remember I got back in my car and I checked for bat people.
Yeah.
In my car.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you, 6? Like you're like,
yeah.
Yeah. Like it was like a whole thing. And I'm like, yeah, I'm terrible with horror films.
Yeah.
Like I won't watch The Witch. I just can't.
What? Okay, so
no, I know.
It's not as bad as you think it is.
Oh, like when like horror wise,
it's not. To me, really? It's not. But
don't they churn a baby like butter at one point?
No. I don't. Wait, did they? No.
I mean, I've seen that clip. They definitely churn a baby.
Oh yeah, okay, but that's a quick shot though. I mean, that has nothing to do.
It's not even that crunchy. It's
yeah,
just bones.
No. To me, Midsummer was fucking that was the one movie that like I literally like I saw it in the movie theater, and like right after the movie, I like had to sit there and just let everything process for like at least half an hour.
That's because what I've heard.
That shit fucking almost traumatized me. I love that movie, but The Witch, awesome. I love that movie, but I also know how, because it's psychological. It's a psychological horror more on the balance, but they also have this like weird mystique language, like of old timey, like frontier language. Like, I don't know how else to explain it. Like they speak in like,
and
like they speak in a weird dialogue. It's hard to explain, but like it's almost like huh?
It starts with a P. It's not Pilgrim.
Yeah, almost though.
Yeah, it's not Pilgrim. It's the other. It's God. I can't remember. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but it's like it's almost flowery in a way. So like, because it's flowery, like it's sort of like has this underlying like weird tone to it, and it makes the atmosphere like crank the darkness up that much higher. It's awesome. I love it. But I also think like I wouldn't even call The Shining a horror film, but everybody is like, what the fuck are you talking about? It is a horror film. You know, listen, it's whatever. It's fine. Have you seen The Shining, Dakota?
Yeah, I've seen The Shining.
Okay. What do you? Okay. Do you think it's?
I won't react. I won't react to anything because I've seen, because there's a lot of movies that I haven't seen Evil Dead. I'm doing a horror movie and I haven't seen Evil Dead. Like,
no, it's okay. Like,
do I consider The Shining a horror film? Yeah.
I mean, okay. In terms of genre, yes, and in terms of what Stephen King wrote, yes. Now, is it exactly what Stephen King wrote? It's a little debatable.
Well, you got Kubrick's. It's fine.
The point was there, and the point was there.
Yeah,
and that's what I love about the movie, is that it just went straight for like, this is what's happening, but like the horror aspect, like there's not really like jump scares, you know what I mean? Like, except for maybe like homie turning around that hallway and seeing the twins just chilling at the end of the hallway.
Sure,
which makes you fucking terrified of all hallways for future. But you know, I love it.
I love it. Yeah,
that's funny.
But
I've seen The Evil Dead enough for the both of you guys. You guys are set.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Did someone say something?
Oh yeah, I said Michael just commented that since he's the co-director and he's seen Evil Dead enough times for the two of you guys are good to go.
You know it.
Oh, Michael, my co-director, Michael. Yes. Oh, hey, Michael. Hello. He just went to Monster Jam today with his girlfriend.
Monster Jam. Wait,
Grave
trucks, like monster trucks?
Yeah, like monster trucks. Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, that was very jealous.
Somebody said you should give the movie Antlers a watch since your movie.
Oh yeah. I've heard Antlers is a thing to watch. It's absolutely just, I mean, underrated, just great gem of a film. I don't have time. It's funny. I saw a meme the other day. Other film people can understand this. I don't
have time to watch movies.
You don't have time to watch movies. It was a meme. It said, join the film industry because of my love for movies.
Don't have time to watch
movies.
No time for watching movies. Yeah.
No time. There was multiple days on Match Me. Hopefully I handled it with grace, but I was like super sleep drunk because I was forcing myself to like try to keep watching at least like an episode of television to maintain.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just hadn't watched movies or anything in a long time. And so at one point I just went, I'm watching something, damn it. And then I did, and there was a couple of days where I came to set, and I was like, "What a terrible decision! Was Bob's Burgers worth it? It's always worth it." But speaking of the Bob's Burgers and movies, the trailer came out for the Bob's Burgers movies. I don't know if y'all watch Bob's Burgers.
I used to. I fell off. I felt it was like that with Family Guy as well. I was just like I'm falling off. But there's only one real comedy show that I've watched my entire life. That was Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Oh, it's so good. The new episodes are amazing.
Haven't seen them. Don't spoil anything. But
dude,
we are at, I think, an hour and a half.
An hour and a half.
Are we really?
Yeah.
We're an hour and a half. We gotta take this bad boy for a landing, Dakota. We gotta park this car.
You're gonna have a part two though. Part two. The part two is gonna be when you're done.
When we're done?
Yeah.
Cool.
When you shot it, then we'll be like, do you want to do it again?
Yeah. No, I'm excited to do that. Y'all are fun to talk to.
It'll be like less hair.
Yeah, it'll be gone. Yeah,
it'll be gone.
Fell out.
I chopped it all off due to anxiety.
No, all the
hair will be gone.
All the hair is gonna fall off the deer, and I'm just gonna have to just like glue it on.
You'll be bald.
Yeah, I'll be bald. Well, last closing statements for it. We are our Indiegogo for it is going to come in the next few weeks. So keep an eye out. It's called Up on the Housetop. It's going to be really fun. We are planning on making it into a feature, and continue, if you're watching or listening, continue to like, share, and do all this stuff. It really helps us out more than you would ever know.
What's the website?
Instagram is Up on the Housetop Official. And then the Facebook page is Up on the Housetop Film. Okay.
On the
film.
Michael, type it into the your chat thing, your comments. So people who are watching it can know exactly how to spell it.
Yeah. We have two of those things there, and then, like I said, go watch the trailer, share the trailer, the concept trailer with it. Hope you like it. And hopefully we'll not hopefully plan. We have everything planned out. By next Christmas of 2022, we will have a finished short for you to watch with your friends and family this coming holiday season.
I fucking love it. Dropping it like Die Hard, dude. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. Hey, again, I appreciate y'all having me on. Y'all are awesome.
Yeah, we love having you. We want you to come back. You're now a friend of the pod, so you welcome in. You get that guest pass where you're just like, "Hey, I'm showing up," and we're like, "Yeah, you're showing up. You're here now."
Great, awesome.
I want to know what happens. The story is not over yet.
Yeah, we'll make sure that we keep a good pictorial record of the journey, so that I can go. This is when I lost my mind. Right there in that moment.
Is this moment?
This is when everything went downhill. No, it'll be super good, and I can't wait for y'all to see it.
I'm excited, dude. And congratulations with everything.
Thank you.
It's awesome.
Thank you very much.
It's really dope.
Christine, also congrats and I'm glad that you got to LA. I'm really excited for you and the things you're gonna do out there.
She's LA Christine now.
Back to Austin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
I'm coming. Yeah, at the end of this month, I'm flying back.
Are you really?
Something.
Are you really?
Yeah.
What is it?
Just some some commercial stuff, and then I'm going to Shreveport.
Oh gosh.
Oh well.
It's like why? You're going everywhere, dude. Thank you, Michael Fisher, for plugging in the Instagram and Facebook links.
Yes.
We appreciate you.
Film, guys.
Thank you, Michael.
And we have to thank Dakota. Please watch the trailer Up on the Housetop. Can you search that on YouTube? Right, Up on the Housetop.
Yeah. Type in. If you type in Up on the Housetop trailer, if you type in Up on the Housetop, the song will come up first.
Right.
Loads of times. Yeah. So type in trailer, and it'll be the first thing that pops up.
Gotcha. All right.
Yep.
Well, you heard it here, folks. And also, you know what to do. You know to get to the GetReelisms.com page and get yourself a mother-loving book. Don't be a square and don't get educated. What are you doing? We're wasting our time here. We've been doing 72 episodes of this shit, and you guys are not going to buy a book. Why?
What are you doing? What are you doing? Get with it.
Get with it. Ursleyfilm.com as well for all the previous episodes. We have a back catalog coming in through Spotify. So you're going to catch up on, if you miss some episodes, don't worry. It's there. It's always going to be there. And
I'm catching up on all the editing.
And she's catching up on all the editing. We're catching up on shit. We're kind of having free time-ish. So we're all doing this, you guys. And we give you the free podcast that you know and love, which is the Get Realisms podcast. Thank you, Instagram. Thank you, Facebook. Thank you, Dakota, for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
For doing a late night pod. I know wheels have come off, but we stuck this landing, ladies and gentlemen. And thank you so much, everyone. We love yous. We love yous. Goodbye. That's it.
That's it, folks.